Hi, my name is Venkat Nalla from Pristine Embed Technologies. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you how our configurator works and how efficient it is to configure a complex plant. This is the canvas what you are seeing. On the left side you have all the items gallery with which you can configure the plant. Right now this is configured for configuring a process plant. I have taken three items: silo, truck, and HDST. But this configuration gallery is also driven from a configuration file, which means this can be utilized for any other vertical just by changing the configuration file in the background. So the way you configure a truck is just hold on, select the truck, and then drag it onto the canvas. Boom, you got all the parameters that can be collected on a truck that you can see in this grid view. You can scroll up or down to see more, or if you want to see it all in one go, just hold on to this one, drag it up until you see everything. Go to view, unit properties, and log this size, then you can see everything. So as you can see, there are many parameters to be collected. But if you are not happy with all these parameters and you want to reduce some, or you don't want to collect on some parameters, for example, you don't want to collect the carrier information, simply highlight it and then press delete and it is gone. Same way, if you don't want a driver details to be collected, simply highlight it and delete again. And in the similar manner, if you want to add more parameters that of your interest or phases of your interest, you can come to the last line, blank line, click on this drop down, select a parameter. It automatically names it as parameter 1. Either you can leave it or rename it as any other of your parameter name, like my temperature. And you can select its data type. I will collect it as real, and you can select its unit of measure, which is Fahrenheit, and you can set the collection frequency for any number of seconds. My default is 30 seconds, but if you want to keep collecting it every minute, you can set it to 60, and you can set it to be collected by PLC, and the interface and data association I will cover it in a little bit. The same way, if you want to collect add another phase, you can do so, and the phase is automatically named and its data type is boolean. So this is how you configure a truck. And if you are planning to configure multiple trucks using exactly the same number of parameters, you can simply copy and paste this, copy this and then paste here. It will paste and it will maintain all the parameters that you have just added, the temperature and the phase. And right now I have configured two trucks and I want to configure a silo to siphon out the milk from truck 1 and put it into the silo. So you can hold on to the silo and leave it here on the canvas, and the way you configure that the milk can go from truck 1 to silo 1 is to just connect these two items. The way you do it is you hover on the truck and then there are 4 arrows. You hold on to one arrow and then just connect it to the silo 1, and automatically a flow phase is added to track when the milk has pumped out from truck 1 to silo 1. You can see that extra flow phase in this one. If you click on the truck one, that you can see here the flow is to silo 1. But for example, if you want the flow to be, the milk can be transferred from truck 1 to a silo 2, you can draw another silo and simply drag it here, and again either connect this arrow and connect here, and you can simply put it up. So this is how you configure the flows from any particular truck to any particular silo. So if you want to define that the milk from truck 2 also can be stored in silo 1 or 2, you do the same way that we have done for truck 1. Connect it here or here, doesn't matter, as long as there is a red dot here that is connecting to it. The same way you do it to silo 2. So as you can see, the truck 2, if I click on it, there are two flows, one flow to silo 1, another flow to silo 2. And same way, if I click on the truck 1, there are two flows, one to silo 1 and another to silo 2. So you have configured pretty much 4 units in probably like 2-3 minutes. And the same way, if you want to configure the HTST then these are the default parameters for HTST. As I have said earlier, you can adjust them as we like by deleting or adding more parameters and phases. The same way, if it is the HTST is drawing milk from silo 1, you can simply connect these two, and then on HTST on the silo 1, if you click on, then there is a flow to HTST1. So the same way you can configure the plant the way you like it in a matter of like a few hours. This can be done even by an operator with no or minimum interaction from the plant engineer. All that the plant engineer needs to give to the operator is, on this unit, on all silos, collect these parameters. On all trucks, collect these parameters. Then everything else can be managed by the operator. No more textual configuration where it is prone to errors and somebody has to verify and things like that. If you verify on one unit, if it is reconfigured or changed, then you just copy paste, everything else is automatically arranged. So now once you configure the plant, now you want to define what PLCs are used to collect the parameters from these units. So the way you do it is, you come to the configuration and you say configure the PLC tags. So all these things have, all the units have gone to the right side, and so you can configure the PLCs properly. So right now I have shown only one PLC, which is a Control Logics PLC from Allen Bradley. You simply hold on to it and then drag it, and this is automatically named as Control PLC. If you want to change the name to a particular name, this is my PLC, then you can do so. The same way you can rename the units names too. So the parameters for the PLC you need to input here. This is a model 1756 L63, and the slot number you can define here, IP address and its subnet address. Everything else is automatically set in the in our event collector engine. So another thing is like the way you tell that this PLC is collecting data from these units is also in the same way that we connect between two units, is to simply drag and drop and then connect between PLC and HDST. As you can see, okay, on the top you can see the unit properties is HDST1. So right now it is showing the HDST1 properties. So if you look at the HDST1 properties on the interface column, it is automatically defined as my PLC is collecting the data. The same way, there is one more. Okay, let us see. This my PLC is connecting to silo 1 and also silo 2. And so the trucks, both trucks are being collected by another PLC called PLC2. Then define it that this is collecting from truck 2. So you can see all this interface is filled with PLC2 here. The same way you can do for the truck 1 too. Okay, so boom, the PLC configuration is done. So you can do the same thing for any number of units in the plant, and it will be done very simple and easily. The next thing is you need to identify the tags in the PLCs to be collected. So that's I'm calling it as a tag association, and it is also very easy to configure those or map those tags. So all that you do is do a right click. Prior to this, it is required that the PLC tags should be exported and kept ready in any Excel file, which can be easily done using RS Logix, Alan Bradley's RS Logix tool, that you can export it to CSV and then convert it into Excel file. So I have used one of those files and I'm just importing from that Excel file. So the way you do it is just click it. I'm selecting a dummy PLC tags. I just click on this one, double click, and it opens up an Excel file. So whatever tags you would like to map, you simply select it. So silo 1 operator, I'm just selecting few for our demo. So collect whatever you want and say right click, and boom, this is available here for mapping. You can search the parameter here. So silo 2, all the silo 2 parameters are available. So you can simply, if you want to map the PLCs for silo 2, click on the silo 2 and then bring this pop-up, silo 2 level tag, to just drop it and leave it here. That's it. Either you can do it this way, or there is all these tags are available as a drop down here. You can simply click here and then say silo to temperature, and same way the product name. So you can configure like this all the tags, and then once the all PLC tags are mapped, you come here to the configuration file and then say generate code. Then it's going to generate the staging code required to be uploaded to the PLC. And once you upload the staging code to the PLC, then you are now ready to deploy. Right now I cannot do because all the tags are not mapped. So it's before generating the code, all the tags need to be mapped. So once it is done, then you simply click on the deploy. Right now I cannot deploy because the PLC staging code is not ready yet. But once you deploy, the configuration will be sent to the event collection engine, and then event collection engine starts automatically, and the database updates also is taken care automatically. So it is this simple. Once it is done, the event collectors starts automatically, and you can control the event collector engine from this UI also without requiring additional administrator privileges and all, or going to the services and things like that. Once the data is being collected, the activity report will be showing all the data that is being collected, and then any reports that are associated with this application, example CIP reports, will be available as soon as any wash is connected. This is briefly about this configurator to showcase how simple and easy is to use. Hope you have enjoyed this, and if you would like to know more about these details, please drop us an email or call us at 909-374-5385. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now.